All right, everybody. Joining you guys just after, or about 20 minutes after market close here on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Um, so, just taking a look at kind of everything today. Weekend looked awful, but we got this giga pump out of nowhere this morning, which rocked. But yeah, kind of shifted sentiment. If I did trade on this candle, I probably would have tried to short. Honestly, I would have probably tried to short like right here, and then probably would have gotten stopped out. Why is my computer making like the loudest noise in the world? Hold on. Jeez. Weird. All right, so my computer's just making like a hissing noise at me. Anyway, so yeah, just trying to get this right here, I believe, is when that whole report about the IRGC comment about them saying that they haven't talked to anybody from the administration, which is why we had that pump this morning. It was like, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's happening with my computer right now. All right, everything's fan and turned on right now, so weird. So, but anyway, one of these larger dips that we had during the day, I believe, was when the statement came out from one of the Iranian spokespersons that that they hadn't been speaking with anybody because this morning with this pump, Trump said, "We've been speaking and we want to make a deal," and then we haven't been speaking. But I do have some optimism here. I mean, that's a little too big of a candle, I think, to kind of fake, especially on a Monday when we were dumping on Friday, dump, all the way down. Probably captured a bunch of liquidations, which is, if you're new to trading crypto, it's kind of name of the game, is manipulating the price to knock out both shorts and longs. But, I mean, like, a lot of people like to say, like, oh, it's manipulation, it's manipulation. It's like, no, they literally do. Like, you'll see it, like, to the price point of, like, where there are a bunch of, like, open interest shorts or a lot of people holding positions in shorts, etc. So, something to watch out for. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be the guy that, on his 10th trade ever trading Bitcoin is going to buy it at, 70 and then not get liquidated until it hits 200K. Like, probably not the gig for you if you want to think that way. These are not home runs. You're putting I was going to say you're putting a decent bet on the line in terms of risk, but not unless you're trading your own money. So I trade on HyroTrader. Shout out HyroTrader. Best prop firm out there. You pass their evaluation, you can get up to 200K in trading capital. So, especially in these choppy markets and moments of uncertainty, you really, at least in my opinion, if I can use somebody else's money, kind of always going to do that. Like, let's take Dana White into consideration. For those who don't know, CEO of basically, or I don't know his exact position, but basically, like, essentially owns the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting League or whatever, Ultimate Fighting Championship. Love it. But he has, the reputation of going to Caesars or all these casinos in Vegas because he lives there. And, I mean, he'll go there and probably pull out, like, I think it's like $1 million in credit, like, at least 2, 3, 4 times a week, knowing that he can pay it back. But why would he risk his own money? Because he plays blackjack, which, if you haven't played blackjack, bunch of swings. You might be down 100K, and then 5 or 6 good hands later, if you betting serious, you're in the opposite direction up. So that's the leverage point. So again, instead of Dana White losing a realized $1 million, he can play with that 1 million, and then if he ends up losing, he goes home, pays him off, and then borrows again. And they know he's good for it because he's, again, CEO, so he's got a good bit of money. So they're not really too worried about him. I mean, they're not going to let him gamble $1 million a hand because they don't want to go bankrupt. He's good, but that's kind of the mentality you have to adopt in just about anything, honestly. I mean, think about it. You want to start a business. Where's the first place you're going to want to look for some capital? Probably a small business loan or some sort of funding in any way. Even these big companies, OpenAI, they're looking for, I mean, it's all different, but essentially it's trying to use other people's money to make something of yourself, get a little bit of cash, throw it in your own account, trade that on the side if you want, but essentially all you have to do with this is be consistent in the fact that you're not going to blow up. Like, it's pretty easy to be disciplined if you've lost a bunch before. So I've been trading for a long time. So I've definitely been in the position where it's like, you buy something and you're like, oh, it's going to rally. Like, no way we're going to get our 8th consecutive 4-hour red candle. You do. You get humbled pretty quickly and you just kind of take whatever gains you can. Always kind of lock in. My main strategy is like, if I'm up $500 or $600 relatively pretty quickly, I'll put a short right there, or I'll put a stop loss like right there at where I net like 450, and then if it closes out, it closes out. If it runs, it doesn't. But if it closes out, then I have 500 more bucks, and I can enter again. The beautiful thing is all these markets are essentially 24/7. Are there low periods and obviously high periods? Like New York Open's pretty active in terms of volume versus like right now. Not much movement, but you can make money. But yeah, essentially that was a massive rant just to say use HyroTrader. They're great. And if you use the code TONSTRADES, or if you click the link in my channel bio, you will have at least, it is a 10% discount on your account. So that $200,000 account, honestly, I'm not sure of the figures right now. I think it's like just over $1,000, but you get like, $100 off at the very least. And, if you're serious about trading and you can't, and you're not confident in yourself to pass a trading evaluation, then you're honestly not that confident. You're just kind of delusional. Because if you can pass a challenge account, or at least maintain some growth every day and have the discipline to just close and not lose or blow up, like I mentioned, you're going to be fine. So for everybody that's trying to make a couple extra dollars scratch, use HyroTrader. They're great. Payouts are also 24/7, which I'm sure if anybody's heard of a prop firm, they've always heard about like the problem with payouts, and you can only do it market hours on market days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can't do it on the weekends, can't do it after hours. These guys, 3 a.m. on a Saturday, you're going to get your payout. They're awesome. They're phenomenal. I love all the guys. Shout out my dude Peter. But yeah, man, I love it. It's fun. I've used prop firms in the past, and made my money off of it, and then primarily traded my own money. But I gave HyroTrader a chance mainly because it seemed interesting and fun. Love the atmosphere, and I probably will never use another prop firm unless they're, unless they buy somebody else out and change the name. But no, HyroTrader's the way to go. I can't recommend that enough. And again, you get a discount. So take advantage, everybody. Don't be silly. Okay. So on this trade, again, I'm not expecting this type of movement again. This is If you see this and you expect this same candle again, like over here or like right here, you just have to adjust your expectations a little bit. I'm planning to make this hopefully like a, hopefully $500, $700 gain. It's at the end of the day, a pretty choppy, weird media day. But again, if it gets up to $700 in profit, I'm just going to set my stop at 500. If I get 500, that's cool. If it runs up to 1,000, I'll raise it even more to, guarantee at least 750. See how it goes. But essentially, trading should not be too stressful, especially when it's not your money. Anyway, I've been yapping, so I'm going to open up some different time frames here just to show you guys a little bit more of the trend, how we're moving. This is the weekly. And as you can see, we've not had many positive weeks, but I'm counting on one. And that is honestly of no real attrition other than like, you go to the casino and you see like 18 blacks rolled in a row, and you're like, all right, I might bet red. So when I look at the weekly, that's the only thing I see. I see, red 25 like 15 times in a row, and it's like, might bet on even or a black or red. You got to fight the trend a little bit, but no, it looks, I like it. This is a great start of the week, and I'm really just hoping that we don't kind of retrace down into this 69.5 range, because this looks like a decent area of support, at least for the past couple days. 4 hour. You can see this was our slide off on Thursday, I believe. Yeah. Slide off on Thursday. And if you need any confidence, I held long dated MSTR calls through this chop instead of selling up here like an idiot. But hey, you live, you learn. Haven't sold them yet either. Let's look. All right, we're at $400. Been in this trade 45 minutes. This blue dot shows where it actually entered. I had a slight drawdown. I think it was down to like negative 500, but had a stop in place at 1,700. So no real risk there. And hey, awesome. Very awesome. All right, so I might raise this to guarantee at least, $200 or something. Dude, my computer is making so much noise. Okay, well, bear with me, guys, on this, and then I'm actually going to raise that a little more. I think. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're at 620, 650. Yeah, I'll be super stingy. So we're at least going to make $400. And that right there is just showing how easy it is. I mean, that's not even, it's right now it is a $200 move, but since I had 3.5 Bitcoin leveraged in the trade, creates a $650 gain, which is phenomenal. And if we get stopped out, we get stopped out, but yeah, there we go. I'll close it out for 5. All right. I wouldn't have raised that stop so quickly if my computer did not sound like a Boeing jet engine about to take off. So bear with me. I'm probably going to jump. If I can fix this fan thing in my computer, whatever's making this noise, if I can fix that up, I'm probably going to stream a little later today, maybe around 7:30 Eastern. So that gives us about 3 hours. And then follow me on X. That is also in my channel bio. and you can see announcements of when I'm about to go live, what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at, what I'm eyeing. Plus, I'm funny, so go for it. But yeah, and if I don't get to go live again at 7:30, like if I can't fix this fan issue, I'll post about it on X, and I'll see you guys. I'll probably trade first thing in the morning tomorrow, like 9:30 open, just because I want some good movement, and I usually don't do it on Mondays, just like watching the setup happen. So successful day, free 500 bucks, and yeah, I gotta maybe use that money to either fix this fan or buy a new computer. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe, follow me, and of course, go to my channel bio and take a look at all the stuff from the High Road Trader discount to my X account. Show some love, guys.